duly noted how important it is to have top staff. I have some of my top staff here with me as well. If I can have Mr. Matt Selchadowski come out, please. He's the Economic Development Representative for the state of Massachusetts.
Come on now, we want to see your face so we know who we're going to be looking for.
He is your point of contact. Followed up with Mr. Christopher Christian.
Okay.
He's our engineer who made sure that everyone was paid, all the rules and regulations were followed. So Chris, thank you very much. So these are members of my top staff as well. So I appreciate it and recognize when leadership does just that. At the Commerce Department, more specifically at EDA, we recognize the importance, the key catalyst piece that universities play. One, we recognize we're the public sector, and there are things we can't do in a financial, if you will, in a direct financial transaction with the private sector. But that's where the universities come into play, the institutions of higher learning. They make that nexus for us. And we appreciate the opportunities to come out and see where you have real leadership vision that says not what do we want to do just for today, but how does this impact us economically and help our economy grow, whether it's local, regional, or even on a national level, as I've heard from so many of the presidents here, in terms of why do we become a linchpin or a center for a cluster of innovation and competitiveness. Everyone in this room is a reason why that happens. Everybody has a vested interest in making sure that that occurs here in the great area of Boston. One, I want to tell you that I think I understand from Mr. Broad that we already have companies or a company that has already decided to come in and start working here. And we believe that's just the seed, that's just the first step in terms of outward growth for entrepreneur development and business development. This commercialization piece that will take place here is truly desired and wanted. And again, I always say, I look at one word, and that's leadership. And when I look around this room, everyone in this room is a leader. But more especially, we have to pay homage to, again, our elected officials, to our university officials, president, chancellors. We thank you for this opportunity to partner with you. EDA is one of those agencies that a little bit different than the normal federal agency. We're kind of like Forrest Gump. If you've seen the movie, you know, we kind of show up. We might be on the right hand of the president or the left hand of the secretary, and no one knows what we do. This is an example of what we do. This is just one sliver of all the types of activities that we can do. I'm having the privilege to meet with someone that works for the mayor this afternoon at the Boston Development Authority this afternoon, so we'll follow up to make sure that we can see what occurs. One of the things I would say respectfully and humbly, I'm disappointed in my agency that we've not done more investments. It is my job, Matt's job, to make sure that we make more investments in the great city of Boston or the greater Boston area. So we would pledge to try to do more and help as much as we can. So again, finally, I want to say I thank you all for the opportunity to come here and speak for you for a few moments. I know, you know, I'm the guy that's holding you up from getting to other places and events, and again, we appreciate that. This is truly a collaborative approach, and again, we look forward to having great success stories. And Chancellor, I promise this to you, at least I will let Secretary Locke know, and when we have an Assistant Secretary for EDA named, I will make sure that we get a chance to come back and showcase this at this very fine event and facility for them. Okay. Thank you.
So I now know that some folk have to leave, and thank you, President Faust, for being here today. Listen. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. And I know, Willie, you won't have to tell the mayor twice. He's going to be all over you now that you've said that. And so, so today, the University of Massachusetts Boston, through this Venture Development Center, brings a new entrepreneurial talent generation and business innovation dimension to our long-standing commitment to the region it serves. And we bring the benefits of the innovation economy to a new area of Boston, right here on the beautiful Dorchester waterfront. You heard how the senator talked about moving up socially, coming around from Cambridge, coming out here. I learned that quick. Although I'm not originally from Dorchester, I'm from Dorchester in South Boston now. And so it's great to be here on this peninsula. Thank you for being a part of this special occasion. And now I'd like to bring up one of our hardworking folk here at the university, our Associate Vice Chancellor of Government Relations and Public Affairs, John Ciccarelli, to close the program with a few more acknowledgments and some directions? Okay. All right, John.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks so much. And this is a wonderful day. Again, I can't thank President Wilson and Tom Chamorro enough. They have sowed seeds on economic development, and I'm placing this university in a position to do these kinds of things. You got to remember, Senator Hart, that your vision and your call to then Chancellor Collins, he was only here a couple of days. I wasn't sure where I was with him, and all of a sudden I get a call. I get out of my car and I get a call and I go, oh my God, here it comes. And he said, you have to get up and see Senator Hart. So both of you, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to really put this together. And again, Chancellor Collins, the seamless transition to Chancellor Motley, who then took this and put his whole team together to make sure this happened and this vision came. So I'd just like to just shout out to a couple of people. There are so many, but to a couple of people here on campus and across the system. Ellen O'Connor and her team in A&F for the great things they do. Dorothy Renahan and facilities. You were there every step of the way. Every little goo on the floor that said, what is it? I don't know. And someone said, well, I tasted it. What do you mean you tasted it? God. Anyway, Ann Agee and the IT team, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The building authority, up in the back, Dave McKenzie and Stephen Chait and their project manager, Tom Kerwin. I learned new words from you, Tom. But a great project manager, thank you. The people who designed this facility. If Kathy Bell, Tracy DuPont, and Jim Moss and the team, Jim Moses and the team from Sasaki, if you could put up your hand, thank you. This began as a, you know, we were on brown paper putting pictures together, and here we have it. Just a great, great team. Some special things. If Steve Winter could stand up from MAPC. Steve was the one who introduced us to EDA and then helped us through the pre-proposal, and the proposal process, worked with the EDA team. He was just a great partner. Stephen, thank you so much. And what do you think of the suit, right? Willie and I? Same tailor. What can I say about Richard Antonock and Bill Bra? Please stand up. Partners throughout this whole activity. Emails, conversations, we'd walk away heated, but we always came back and we always made it happen. So thank you so much. And last, two very special thank yous. First, Bob Burgess, please stand up. Bob Burgess from Facilities, who was just an absolute professional every step of the way. I got to meet Bob when we were finishing off the Go Kids Center. And Bob is just one of those people who keeps it even, stays on an even keel, and just helped us so much through this. So much to make this happen. You can't even imagine what it was like putting this facility with classrooms and offices below us, above us, institutes, anything could have happened. People didn't know this was going on because of the expert work of Bob Burgess. And the last thank you. Christine DePalma, get up here, please. Get up here. You know, I've had the great fortune in 27 years of being with this UMass system to watch young people grow from work study to a part-time position while they're finishing up their degree to then becoming a full-time colleague. And Christine DePalma was nothing short of a miracle worker working with Bob, making sure nobody had a complaint about this construction. Every time they knew where the number was, she was on it in a minute. and she did a marvelous job.